Hey friends, hey guys, welcome back in my channel. Today I'm going to teach you metals and non-metals. So don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Let's begin. Today we are going to study the topics physical properties of metal and non-metal with their chemical properties and the uses. So let's begin with the picture of metals. Here on your screen you will be able to see the picture of brass, aluminium, cast iron, bronze and steel. They all are metals. There are total 180 known metals in the world. So let's move to the another picture of non-metals. In your screen you will be able to see the picture of carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, silicon and many other non-metals. So there are two elements, metals, non-metals and metalloids also. So in this topic we will only learn metals and non-metals with their uses. So let's move to another topic is our physical properties of metals and non-metals. I have shown you the pictures for a little idea. So now we are going to study the main part. So okay, let's ready. Yes, metals and non-metals. Metals are generally solid except mercury and gallium, whereas non-metals are found in all three states. What are the three states? Solid, liquid and gas. And this you know that metals are generally solid. If you have hold an iron plate or something, any steel and your utensils, anything, you will feel that it's solid. It is not liquid, it's not gas, it's solid. But except two, mercury and gallium. Now the second point of metal is metals are heavy except sodium, potassium and magnesium, whereas non-metals are generally light in weight. This is common and it's easy. Third property is they are hard and non-brittle, whereas non-metals are solid and are hard but brittle. Fourth is metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. That's why many all the utensils are made up of metals because they are good conductor of heat. But except lead. And in non-metals they are bad conductor of heat and electricity. That's why many non-metals are used to make wires, and these are also very useful. Now let's move to the fifth property is they are ductile and malleable. Metals are ductile and malleable. What's the meaning of ductile and malleable? Ductile means that it can be drawn into thin wires, and malleable means it can be beaten into thin sheets, whereas non-metal has not ductility and neither malleability. They cannot be beaten into thin sheets and cannot be drawn into thin wires. Okay, so let's move to the sixth point is of metal. Their melting point and boiling points are generally high, whereas non-metals melting point and boiling points are generally low. So these are property, and next to the another property is metals are generally produce ringing sound on collision. Yes, metals generally produce ringing sound on collision. If I think that you have heard about the property sonority, you can also write sonority in simple words. Here it is written that in form that you can easily understand that. Sonority means if it's stuck down, it produces a ringing sound. And here it's written that metals are generally sonorous, whereas non-metals do not produce ringing sound. They are not sonorous. Now move to the next property is metals are generally lustrous and can be polished. Lustrous means have a shine, they are shiny. Like gold you have seen, it's solid also and it's shiny also, whereas non-metals are generally non-lustrous and cannot be polished. They are non-lustrous except some. So let's move to the another topic is our chemical properties of metals and non-metals. It is important topic. So first property is our reaction with oxygen. Metals react with oxygen to form basic oxides, which form bases when dissolved in water and produces metal oxides. Whereas non-metals react with oxygen to form acidic oxides, which form acids when dissolved in water and produces non-metal oxides. In both, you can see that metals are basic in nature, whereas non-metals are acidic in nature. Okay, this is important. Revise it again and again. Second property is reaction with water. Metals react with water to form their oxides or hydroxides, whereas non-metals do not react with water. So, in reaction with water of metals, here the reactive series will be metal plus water gives metal hydroxides plus hydrogen gas, and in non-metals it will give nothing because non-metals do not react with water. In fact, some non-metals that are very reactive in air are stored in water. For example, phosphorus is a highly reactive non-metal, and when it's exposed to the air it reacts with oxygen and catches fire. To prevent this, phosphorus is always stored in water. So here it didn't react with water, but except some, because some are very reactive with water. So let's move to our reaction with acids. Metals react with acids to produce respective salts along with evolutions of hydrogen gas. Some metals like Cu, Ag, Au, etc. do not liberate hydrogen gases. Okay, and in non-metals do not react with acids except sulfur, which react with hot concentrated acids. So here also non-metals doesn't react with acids also, but except sulfur, which react with hot concentrated acids. And fourth property, chemical property, is reaction with bases. So in metals, most of the metals do not react with bases. However, some like aluminium, Pb, zinc react with strong bases like NaOH and to form complex salts and hydrogen gas. And its reactive series will be metal plus base gives solid plus hydrogen gas. And in non-metals, generally non-metals do not react with bases. Sometimes some complex reactions take place between non-metals and bases. So it's important topic and revise it again and again. And I will also tell you the fifth property is reaction with salt solution. You know that more reactive matter displaces less reactive matter from its salt solution. More reactive metals becomes a part of the salt solution and the less reactive matter is set free. Okay, so now zinc metal displaces copper from copper sulfate. You have learned this. And iron displaces copper from its copper sulfate. So let's move to the uses of metals and non-metals. Some non-metals and their uses are listed below. First is oxygen is used for breathing. It is common that we get oxygen from trees. And second is chlorine is used for purifying water. Yes, you have seen in ROs, chlorine is used for purifying water. Third, phosphorus is used in crackers. Usually children like that. And fourth is non-metals like nitrogen is used in fertilizers. And graphite is used as a good conductor of electricity. Yes, you have seen it in your homes. In your homes many times it's used. And next is potassium is used in fertilizers. Yes, by farmers. Nitrogen is used by plants. It's very important. Graphite is used in making leads. Carbon is used as a fuel. Bromine is used as a dyes and pesticides. So you have seen the uses of metals and non-metals. There are many other metals and non-metals and their uses also. There are 180 known metals, so think the uses will be different. Okay. Revise this all topics. These are very important and are also in your class 7th, 8th, 9th in basic, and you will learn many much more in other videos also. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, press the bell icon. You will get more videos soon.